Pedestrian walkway. That's funny. But don't step on the wheel of a running car being driven by a stranger. One, if the last guy's coming into the shot has a very strong air of purpose to the way he's walking. For a second, it seemed like he was thinking, oh sweet, let me get in on this car hood walk in action. Nope. I'm disappointed in you, stranger. Somewhere in your heart, you knew what you needed to do, and you failed us all.
He was seriously contemplating dishing out his share of karma, but common sense got the best of him.
This is literally like one of those video games where the AI cannot detect that it should go around, so it goes over. Seems staged.
/r/why were they filming?
What do you mean I can't drive my car? I've been a mechanic my entire working life so far, and this is one of my favorite experiences. I had a customer come in complaining about a vibration. I put the vehicle on the lift and checked the front end. I found a nearly broken tie rod and a faulty rack and pinion. So basically the passenger side front wheel was not fully secured to the steering system and would soon break and cause the wheel to be completely disconnected from the steering. I told the customer how much the repair would be and told her it was unsafe to drive. She asked me to put it back together so she could leave. I told her that I could not do that because if it broke after I let her leave, I could be held liable. She started yelling and screaming about calling the cops and suing me and how her cousin's brother knows a guy who's related to the chief of police and I'll be arrested. She calls the police and they come out. I show the officers the vehicle and they understood the safety concern. They told me to just put the car down and let her leave. I didn't even made her sign a statement declining crucial safety repairs. She left with the most haha, I told you so smug grin on her face. Until she left the property, got pulled over and her car impounded. They also gave her a ticket for reckless driving. I was so happy seeing her car get towed. Edit for clarification. The cops told her it was against the law to drive it. The state laws back then allowed me to do exactly what I did. I offered to discount the price of the repair and take payments. She still refused. I don't care how well versed you think you are in the law, you don't know when or where this took place. And no, I won't tell you what state I am in because I have already had several people message me saying they are going to try and find my shop just to harass and blast me. Was it the same cops that told you to release the car waiting just off the property to impound the car? Or was it more coincidence?
Same cops. They pulled out of my parking lot right behind her.
I was hoping this was the outcome. I guess her cousin's brother's friend's chief can help her get those cops fired for giving her a ticket. Did her car come back to get fixed?
No, unfortunately I never got the satisfaction of seeing her so I could say I told you so.
One of those in-your-face stories. I was working retail and as a store manager was opening a brand new store. In the process of stocking it, one day as I was starting to pull into a parking spot, this car comes around, cuts me off and parks in the spot ahead of me. Girl gets out and laughs at me while giving me the finger. This was a freestanding store, so as there was no other business around, I figured she was heading to my store that wasn't open for business but still in the hiring phase. As we entered the store at the same time, with me a few steps behind her, she asked the first person she saw, "Where is the store manager? I want to apply for a job." The clerk said, "He is standing right behind you." When she turned around and saw it was me, the person she just gave the finger to in the parking lot, all she said was "oh" and turned around and left the store. It took me several minutes to stop laughing.
At least she was smart enough in her embarrassment to simply leave.
So the same cops had to wait till her car left the premises to impound her vehicle?
I imagine that they needed her to be driving the car on a public road before they could charge her with anything and take her car.
I once took my car to the dealership because I had to change my front brakes twice in a couple months. They put it on the rack and estimated a $3,000 repair. I told them to zucchini right off and they said I couldn't have the car. Now, the front pads were new. It wasn't going to be unsafe to drive on one short trip to my local garage. I told them if they didn't give me my car I was going to report them to the police for stealing it and that I would have it towed if I need be. They reluctantly gave me a waiver that I gladly signed. I ended up getting it fixed for, like, $500. Edit, one word too many.
Coconut dealerships. Every single one in my area will charge you 2 or 3 times the fair price for any given repair. I have 2 mechanics, one for small stuff and one for hard repairs. They're both good people and don't believe in gouging, and they stay busy as hell as a result.
Restaurant employee amuses himself, delights me and my kids. Yesterday I decided to take my kids to an international chain restaurant. In this restaurant, the kids' meal comes with ice cream. But, you have to serve yourself. That was a problem because there weren't any bowls beside the ice cream machine. So I thought, I know what to do. I'll simply ask an employee for some bowls. And that's just what I did. So he turns to look at the vast array of bowls behind him, some sauce-sized, some entree salad-sized, and many in between. And we realized that neither of us knows what size the kids' ice cream is intended to be. So he thought, I know what to do. I'll simply ask a manager. And he says, hey boss, what do we put the kids' ice cream in? Without turning around, the boss says a butternut bowl. What do you think? Yeah, but what size of bowl? The boss, with his inimitable charm, tact, and grace, says just coconut, give him a bowl. The employee looked back at the bowls, and then I saw him get a big grin over his face. I apologize about that, sir. I think it's probably these ones, he says, as he hands me two of the largest bowls they have in the restaurant, practically giggling with glee. My children were similarly delighted. The manager walked by when we were halfway through and made a noise like a startled opossum, but said no actual words. Definitely going back there. The manager walked by when we were halfway through and made a noise like a startled opossum. Best part of malicious compliance, making your target understand that it was them that banana up, and that the blame lies entirely with them. Like a startled opossum. I'd like to know how you know what that sounds like.
If you ever leave cat food out on your front porch and walk out in the middle of the night to get something from your car, you'll learn what it sounds like. Also, you learn if you're a fight or flight type person.
That manager is so lucky you were a chill customer that didn't commence the clutching of the pearls the moment he said fucking within earshot of your kids. That could have gone down so badly for him. 2 extra large bowl servings of ice cream is the least of his problems. That employee is a champ for just rolling with his manager's butternut attitude and turning it into something positive.
The true manager isn't the employee.